Welcome back, everybody, to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies. Do you guys hear a draft inside of this forbidden chamber with Athena? We're here to do some more investigation today. Sorry, I'm a little bit fashionably late. I'm dog sitting this week. For any of you who follow my TikTok account, you might already know this, but a friend of mine who has his own little gay group that go on this like yearly vacation to some lake or something. It's something I've done a couple of years. They'll go to the lake, and this one guy from that group, he asks me to watch his dog for him for like the few days that he's gone. So that's what I am doing. So I was there earlier today. I stopped home for stream. We're gonna play some video games, and then I gotta get my ass back over there so that the dog can have his evening bowel movement. But I've got some lawyering that I need to get done, and now is the perfect time to do it. I have the court record, and we're going to take our notes because we need to recap what has happened and what we need to do. Alright, so why don't we use this as my guide, since I'm really bad at this on my own. We talked to Mayor Tenmo, we talked to Jinxie about how to open the Forbidden Chamber. Clearly, we're inside the Forbidden Chamber. We showed the Fox and Demon statue to Jinxie. She let us know that those two critters, Tenmataro and the Ninetails Fox, they were not fighting with each other. They were working together to hold up a cup. It was so grand. We also showed the blackmail letter to Florence LaBelle, and we think that he's mad sus. We searched the Forbidden Chamber, and now we've got to talk to everybody. We got to talk to Phineas Filch and ask him about Tenmataro, and we got to talk to Jinxie about what in the world she's lying about. So those are the things, those are our objectives. Let's see if we can get them done. Does my apartment allow pets in them? It does. I think you have to pay an extra, like, some kind of, like, pet security fee or something if you have a pet. But you are allowed to have pets if you get approval from the building, and there are plenty of people in my building that, like, own dogs. So it's doable for sure. I've just never been able to commit to having a dog, even though I love them so much. Alright. Where are we gonna find everybody? I guess... well, Phineas Filch should be somewhere in the manor. Let's go... inside? Maybe in the foyer? Yeah, surely. April 18th, QB Manor, in the foyer. Oh my god! Yeah, it's the curse! The curse of Tenmataro! Ah! Whoa, 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 did he just steal Widget? You outsiders ignoring them superstitions at our peril! Mind your business, will ya? Ah! What did he steal from us? Oh my god. Our bracelet, he's fucking wearing it! And he's wearing Widget! Oh my god, sir! You're not very subtle. What's all this about a curse? Tenmataro's gonna curse us all unless you stop sticking your nose where it don't belong. Stop the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say. Right, I'm not gonna lie, my chest feels pretty bare right now without Widget covering my cleavage. How about obeying the law before you go obeying superstitions? Huh? Hey, what are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine! You know better than to go around stealing people's stuff like that. Yeah, and the same goes for my bracelet, actually. Listen, men's jewelry is a hot commodity, so give it back. Yo, sorry. I promise I won't do it again. Right. He almost kidnapped my sweet little Widget. Big jerk. I'm sorry. Wow, I'm Waluigi. I guess you can't teach an old raccoon new tricks. What about, there was a dog in there somewhere. Well, as long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. Alright, bud. Let's talk to you about your stealing problem, you kleptomaniac. I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal Widget? Grr. Yikes! Messy! Messy! I can't seem to control myself. It's that thieving blood running through my veins. I'm like a real Sly Cooper. Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean? Glad you asked. The infamous bandit, Azuki Kozo, was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this. Wait, that's our thing! Holds the phone? Your great-grandpappy was, Danny DeVito? Forbidden Chamber figure. Oh my god. The fuck is going on here? What exactly am I looking at? It looks like another one of those yokai to me. It's none other than Fee! Azuki Kozo! Robbed from rich, gave to the poor, he did. Oh, he was a real Robin Hood, was he? And he'd leave one of those figures at the scene of the crime. Ah, his calling card. So wait, does that mean that his grandpappy thief stole whatever had been in that box a very, very long time ago and then left behind his, like, ah, here is my calling card, you've been robbed. Like, what was that guy from that case? Masked Damask. How did I forget a name like that? What's more, I'm his grandson, because he was my grandpappy. You don't say. Thieves' honor, it's the honest truth. Alright, well this is important to know, actually. The sloshing sound of Azuki beans, scraping together in the dead of night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean. For giving out to the poor. Right. Mizuki Kozo, washer of money, giver out of wealth, reborn between heaven and hell. Hey George, gonna be ditching you soon to go watch Thor, but have a great stream. Thank you for popping in. Forget the money. You should be washing yourself of this nasty habit. Wait a second. You know, this figure looks familiar. Yeah, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Alright, perfect. So that's good to know. Hey, what are you doing with that figure? Oh, this. Well, we found it in the Forbidden Chamber. It looks like it had been there practically forever. Could mean my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me. You once told me there's treasure in that treasure chamber. Treasure? Forbidden Chamber treasure. Yeah. Let's get into it. So, what do you know about the treasure in the Forbidden Chamber? Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. There's no such thing as get-rich-quick, alright? Listen. Don't pull a fast one on me like you finance bros. You're gonna have me dumping my life savings in Bitcoin. Although, side note, chat, it is September, which means we're entering the final quarter of the year, which means your boy here, George, who's been so irresponsible, I've yet to go seek financial consultation. And I truly need to make sure I do that because I have to, like, get my taxes in order. I am... No one get it twisted, I am paying my taxes to the government. But I'm trying to, like, learn how to invest, like, responsibly from self-employment to income, because I am now self-employed. So rather than a traditional job where you, like, have money put into a 401k and then the company that you work for, they've got, like, index funds that they can put your money in, or that, like, you've got, like, limited choice, really. Choice is but an illusion in America. Unless you're self-employed. Once you're self-employed, you have all the choice in the world and it's overwhelming. The same is true of healthcare. Normally, you just get healthcare from whatever your company gives you. But again, as a self-employed person, I have to pick my own healthcare from the free market. I also have to, if I want to invest at all, I need to, like, do it by myself. And that's a skill set I don't really have. And so I keep telling myself I've got to meet with somebody who is trustworthy and knowledgeable in the field and can understand what I want in terms of, like, a low-risk, safe investment strategy for financial planning so that I don't go broke and have to go move out onto the streets. You know, I'm trying to be responsible, but it's very overwhelming and it stresses me out a lot to think about, like, money stuff. Because, I don't know, money people, they just give me bad vibes. It's bad vibes all around, and so I don't know if I can trust anybody. Anyways, I shouldn't be bothering you with my problems. Dog face! Followed a tutorial on YouTube to invest. and then my real accountant friend helped me fix the previous mistake. Yeah, don't we all make mistakes at one point or another? Alright, so there's amazing treasure, is there? Talk to me about it. Your grandfather didn't by chance already steal it, did he? Given the fact that he left his signature Humpty Dumpty statue here?
Well, seeing as there's one of those figurines there, just might be the case, pal. That's Grandpappy for ya. Bet he washed that treasure up real good before handing it out to the poor.
Right, of course. Because he was so righteous. You know, in court, you mentioned seeing Tenmataro near the scene of the crime.
Sorry I didn't come clean right away. But them superstitions got the better of me.
The people of Ninetales Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenmataro.
Damn right! The superstitions scare me! Out of my wits, I tell ya! That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on.
So, you plan on staying here? In Ninetales Vale?
Yep! I'm gonna keep living right here and keep it the good old ways. Just like Grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rule book to me.
Wait. Wait. Are you saying you actually believe in them?
Ain't you been listening to what I said?
You're gonna do exactly what them superstitions say. Well, I say that's baloney. Whoa, we're calling his bluff. Hold the phone. What? How am I calling his bluff? What? I need to look at something. Not Jinxie's statement, not the village superstitions. Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Well, I don't know. Do not tell others if you see him. Oh, here it is. Ignoring those superstitions will cost your soul unless you depart from the village. So he broke the rules because he told us what he saw. So technically he should be leaving the village.
Take that!
Sir, why are you lying? It's clearly written right here. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. Bye, Hunty. The tribe has spoken. It's time for you to get the fuck out.
Ah!
So according to this, you really shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us. You said your plan on staying right here in you said you plan to stay here in Ninetales Vale. End me now. But if you really believed in the superstitions, you would have been long gone by now. I know you've been lying to me. It's time to come clean, Mr. Filch, if you even can.
Yipes!
Dun dun dun. You were lying about believing in the superstitions, weren't you?
Sorry, but I don't have a choice.
So what was the real reason you couldn't talk about seeing Tenmataro?
It's all the pretty boy's fault, Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro. Said if I did, he'd do to me what them superstitions said would happen.
Ah, so you're afraid of a man, not a ghost. That makes more sense to me. I can work with that. It was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you. Why would Mr. LaBelle want to scare you into silence?
Mr. LaBelle's trying to protect that little maid girl.
I feel like that's not correct.
It was an account to that rumor. Though what about it being possessed?
Ah, yeah, that rumor.
I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tenma about the possession rumor.
Great. Add it to the list. Oh, hey! Village superstition stolen by Phineas Filch. Are we just gonna let him get away with that?
I'll be taking this back now. It's kind of like family to me.
You know, you could have just asked instead of stealing it.
Was that all we wanted to ask, Mr. Filch?
Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Tenmataro one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. Yeah, no. Great. So there's two people left to talk to, and it's the fucking Tenmas. Can't wait. We also gotta find where Jinxie is. We didn't really have a chance to bump into her. So the mayor's gonna be at the detention center. She wasn't at Yokai Lane just a second ago. She's still not. Maybe Jinxie is not around at the moment? That appears to be the case. Let's check the detention center. Talk to the dad. Alright, April 18th, detention center, visitor's room.
Lord Tenma! Your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence.
Oh my god, she's really playing into it. He's got his charm back on. Why are you speaking like that?
Oh! Mayor Tenma! You returned!
Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me. Oh, thank God. Look, that's a relief, honestly. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time. So, what can I do for you today? We'd like to ask about the rumor that your daughter Jinxie is, possessed. Kind of like how you were. She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene, while under a demon's power. At least, that's what the prosecution's gonna claim at tomorrow's trial. Tito TJ, hello, welcome to the chat, thank you for popping in. Huh? Oh, god damn it, that barely lasted 5 seconds!
No match is warding trust. No match is this warding charm for me. The English language, on the other hand, it's a little bit more difficult for me. I get a little bit tongue-tied.
Great. Oh, fuck off. Athena! Get the vodka! Get the Tito's! Give me anything. I'll even go for dark liquor at this point.
Tenmataro's back!
Right.
Those foolish mortals. They shall regret blaming that child for my doings.
I blew it. That question brought the yokai back. And he probably won't drop the act until Jinxie's name is cleared. Alright, let's talk to him. We'd like to ask you something about your aide. Florence LaBelle? Or we'd like to ask you about something that he mentioned. Did you know that Jinxie's rumored to be possessed?
I know not what you speak.
You're just trying to protect Jinxie, aren't you?
I, Tenmataro, Demon Lord of the Yokai, protect a mere mortal. No affections do I possess for your race of humans.
Look, please, we already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we're not going to be able to clear the mayor's name.
But I've already told you. I know not what you speak.
I don't think we're gonna get anything more out of him, Apollo.
It's all over. Unless we can somehow prove that Jinxie didn't plant the yokai evidence.
Hey, Apollo! I think I've got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it.
Really?
Uh-huh. I should be able to use psychology to explain the whole possession thing.
Great. Yeah, knock yourself out. I don't give a shit anymore. Do what you want. I guess I can really count on her. When I'm backed up against a wall and I've got no other options. The real story. Alright, time for therapy, my guy.
Mayor Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism.
Like, having insomnia? Somnambulism? You mean like sleepwalking?
Yeah, I believe she's exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress. Mr. Mayor, didn't her symptoms start soon after she began her job in Ninetails Vale?
When the child visited last, she did speak of dreading yokai and how they rob her of sleep each night.
I knew it! That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can't be trying to protect you. At least, not on a conscious level.
So then, the Tenmataro that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinxie?
Sleepwalking, eh? That would indeed explain the matter.
Look! Tenmataro's spirit. It's left, thank Christ. Let's not bring it back.
Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma?
Alright, Athena, you are a goddess. I'd bow down to your power. If you can bring sanity back to our witnesses, oh, that just might be my saving grace. Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you. That's Athena for you, hunties. Oh my god. Athena diagnoses shit in 5 seconds. Feathers and tracks. And she's named after a goddess.
Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you?
I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt.
I knew it!
You suspect Florent is behind this. But why? Did he really want Ninetales Vale that badly? Can you think of a reason why? Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenbataro for a spell. Ah! Could it be? Perhaps he was attempting to release Tenmataro. Yeah, we gathered that much. But that's also crazy. Are you suggesting that you also think that the yokai is real? Whatever the case, Tenmataro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as the superstitions warn. You must not gaze upon him, nor free him from his prison. Right, but... oh my god, how do people believe this? Apollo, I have never related to you more than this case.
Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Tenmataro thing now.
Yeah, and I think we need to have another nice long chat with, Mr. LaBelle. Your dinner is ready, your malevolence.
Ah! An offering to the Demon King. You may place it right there.
The kitchen poured their heart and soul into making it!
Did they now? So, she happened to be a favorite of mine, just to hold the heart next time. Caw-caw!
Yes, your malevolence. I'll remember that.
How long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade?
Well, we've already talked to Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma, so why don't we go see Florent LaBelle next? Now that we know the truth. He's not going to be able to claim that Tenmataro was Jinxie, or the mayor anymore.
But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him?
I don't know. We'll find a way. We've got evidence against him. Anyways, it's April 18th. We're back in the manor. Let's see if we can find her. Oh my god. Okay, now let's practice that again. Filchy, from the top.
Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime. And, when we, heard a scream,
heck, man, what's the next spot again? Oh my god, they're practicing how he's gonna lie to me. Ah! You have the memory capacity of a flea! This is the 13th time! You know. Now, 100 times more, and we should be done. What on earth are they practicing?
aw, I ain't cut out for this, boss. Whoopsie daisy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, begging your pardon, Mr. LaBelle, sir. It's just that all this practice.
Unbelievable. What if you had sullied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours? Did Filch LaBelle's wallet just now? That's a bold move.
So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo?
Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we? Pfft. You peasants are so tacky. Well, what do you want with me? Your confession to being the Tenmataro imposter would be pretty nice, honestly. Let's hit him up. Mr. Filch filled me in on a conversation you two had. and about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro. Filchy! You fool! I told you nothing good would come if you went running your mouth. Right, so why did you want to keep him quiet like that, Mr. LaBelle? Why, to protect darling little Jinxie, of course. But Jinxie was never possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mare. That also means she couldn't have possibly been Tenmataro. Interesting. But where are you going with this? Well, since you asked so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. And that reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who is really Tenmataro. Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Tenmataro? I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm nothing of the sort.
Yo, that's right. Mr. LaBelle even told me. Oh, jeez. Oh my.
I said Tenmataro was Jinxie, you fool. Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea. Practice it 100 times more. So, have you been called to testify tomorrow? Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then. Oh, I'll be waiting. A special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you. Filchy! Wake up, you lazy bones.
Oh, yeah, was I sleeping? Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. It made me sleepy, right? It did?
Oh, that's an interesting thing to say. Does it have that effect on other people too? Does it have that effect on us? Made him sleepy. Jinxie was made to be sleepy. Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow.
Oh, I'm begging ya. No, listen. I ain't cut out for thinking in this remembering stuff. Right up the schnozola.
Keep quiet and do exactly as I say.
Yo, please, anything but another lesson. Well, there they go. I guess we missed our chance to get the truth out of him.
Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is that lie that Jinxie told. We'd better go clear that up before tomorrow.
You think they're done questioning Jinxie?
Maybe. Let's see if she's over on Yokai Lane, shopping for more charms. April 18th, Ninetales Vale, Yokai Lane. Oh god, here she is again.
Accursed Ninetales Fox, time for my grudge has been festered over time. Vengeance, it will be mine. Grr. Arg. She must be possessed, or I mean sleepwalking again.
Right. You know, maybe if I slap her across the face, I won't startle her and get a charm plastered on my forehead. Psst, Jinxie.
Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Ah! My charms must have fallen off again.
Great. Guess I can avoid a charm slap by, toning down my cords of steel.
Are they done questioning you, Jinxie? Uh-huh. And on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released.
Yeah, which one?
Oh, the one with the nine-tailed fox and Tenmataro. It shows them dancing together.
Really? Two bitter rivals dancing together?
Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding burnt bridges.
Alright. For the municipal merger issue.
No, it's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor. It'll stop you two from fighting like you did in court this morning.
Right, well, we weren't fighting. It was just a spirited debate, and it's what we lawyers and Jesus.
No fighting.
Charm slapped again.
Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was lying about.
Okay. I can do this. I can do this. All right. We're near the end, boys. We got this. Jinxie. It seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. Have you remembered anything else that seems important?
Like what?
Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time.
When I opened the door, Papa and the Alderman QB were collapsed in the Fox chamber. And that's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair.
Ah! I get to use my bracelet on her. I knew it. She's holding something back. Here we go, boys! Let's eye this 15-year-old girl up real uh-oh. Real close. Alright, where's she gonna fidget? Is this her fidgeting? That's all he said. Oh, that is for sure her fidgeting. Alright, girl, your tell is very fucking obvious. Alright, just wait for it. That's all he said. I got a hunch that is not all that he said. Listen again.
Gotcha!
Gotcha! We got you good! You were very nervous when you said that's all he said, weren't you? I know, because I saw your fingers move, as if you were gonna slap me with a charm again.
Huh?
Listen to me, Jinxie. This is very important. Did Mayor Tenma say anything else to you?
It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep.
Talking in his sleep? So wait, you admit that he did say something? How could you tell? Girl, how did you fix that plate?
Only a demon could have such power.
Oh, God. Alright, make this as painless for me as possible, Hunty. I wish I was Judge Judy. Guys, I've been watching a lot of Judge Judy and Judge Millian on People's Court. I do it when I do the stair climber in the gyms. I don't know, it's like a phase. I go through phases of content that I watch when I'm in the gym to kill time on the stair climber. Right now it's been People's Court and Judge Judy. And being able to just cut off witnesses, cut off people when they're pissing you off because they're talking too much. I wish I had that power with these people. Alright, Apollo, you need to be more like Judge Judy.
Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, why else would Papa say something like that?
Right. Could you be a little more specific and tell me what he said, Hunty?
Before he fainted, he said, "Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed Alderman QB."
Oh, no. Oh. Fuck. What? The mayor confessed to the crime?
This isn't very good, Apollo. But he didn't mean it. He couldn't possibly have known what he was saying. He was probably possessed. Maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare.
A nightmare? No, this is a nightmare! Oh my god, all this work I've been putting into this case! Why does every client I have confess to the crimes that they didn't do? Oh! Oh, this is gonna be an uphill battle in court tomorrow. This is one statement I wish I never heard. What in the world are we gonna do now? Return to the basics, Apollo. That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That's a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Alright. Just believe in my client, even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair.
Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackwell know about your father's confession? I didn't mention it when he was questioning me. I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer.
Okay, so maybe we can keep this under wraps.
Why would the mayor confess like that?
Could he really have been dreaming? Or delirious?
Who knows? But I sure feel like I'm living a nightmare right now. Apollo, What are we gonna do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie arrived, and our clients even confessed. Not only that, Jinxie's been accused of planting the only evidence. Both the mayor and Jinxie are gonna go to prison if we don't do something.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's see here. Our lack of a third party in the locked room, that's a pretty major problem. Jinxie has testified that when she first opened the door, Alderman QB and Mayor Tenma were the only people she saw in the Fox Chamber.
But the real killer must have been hiding there as well.
Right. Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation. Yeah, so Florent LaBelle had to also be in there.
Our mystery person must have then fled the Fox Chamber when it was opened. And that's when Jinxie saw what she thought was Tenma Taro.
Right.
But Papa and the Alderman were the only people there. I didn't see anyone else.
The fuck is going on here? LaBelle's extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So just how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime? I'm getting confused.
Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo. We have to take down that dirty, rotten Tenma Taro, Florent LaBelle.
Alright. We'll get him. With a legal exorcism. Justice style. Surely. Probably. It's to be continued. Alright, so we had about 40 minutes of gameplay left. So that would have gone a little bit past 9 o'clock. I'm content with that. Save the game. We'll do it. And then I guess we'll get warmed up into the court. I probably won't go too heavy into the court. We'll probably play for about another 20 minutes or so, till at least 8 o'clock. We'll get at least another hour under our belts. Probably stop early, unless you guys want to fight me on it and you think there's a better place to stop. I'm thinking we'll probably do maybe just a 1 hour stream, maybe a little bit more today. I'll stop as we get kind of acclimated into court. Then I will go over to the dog's house, where I am dog sitting, chill with him for the evening, and I will be back tomorrow. So let's move onward, and I think that's going to be my plan. April 19th, 9:30 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Day 2, court is now in session. Wow, we're just jumping right into it. All rise. Court is now back in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice, defense team leader is ready, Your Honor.
Athena Sykes, assistant defender, is ready too, Your Honor. Je suis Paris.
As chipper as ever, I see. And in French, no less. What about the prosecution? Very well then. By the way, I asked Detective Fulbright to provide sturdier shackles today. There will be no more of your funny business this time, Prosecutor Blackwell. Now then, your opening statement if you would. I believe it's standard procedure for the prosecution to handle it.
Looks like the judge is really bringing it today.
He probably realized how Blackwell played him. That was one mean game of Simon Says.
Yeah, His Honor has to fight to defend his honor today.
Alright. Your boldness. Uh-oh. It's plain to see you've always dreamed of delivering an epic opening statement.
I have. I don't know if I'd say that.
Why, of course you have. I saw it in your eyes the last time you gave the opening statement. That was the look of one who yearns deeply for the thrill of an epic opening statement. For decades now, you have been watching opening statements from your bench. They were the crown jewels of the court, the one thing you could not possess.
Oh, the crown jewels of the court. I thought those dangled beneath my robe.
Now, at long last, they are within your grasp. How could you possibly refuse?
Oh, Oh, you're right. I shall grasp my crown's jewels and give the opening statement. Don't mind if I do then.
I'll make a special exception just this once.
Oh, here we go again.
Yep, more of Blackwell's mind games. What a trick.
Well, in that case, I think I might go ahead and make the opening statement myself. In yesterday's session, we learned the shocking truth that the victim, Alderman Rex QB, was the Amazing Ninetales, and he was quite jacked. We also learned that the Amazing Ninetales was a key figure in the yokai craze and the anti-merger protests. It was further revealed that upon learning Rex QB's secret identity, that Damien Tenma murdered him.
Yep, that about sums it up.
The fact that the crime took place in a tightly locked room was also brought to light. And the only people in that tightly locked room were the defendant and the victim. The defense proposed the existence of a hypothetical third party. But further investigation revealed no proof of a third party had escaped the room.
Ergo.
Yes, we must conclude that the evidence against the defendant is, well, conclusive. Oh, jeez. Did I say something wrong?
That was quite astonishing, Your Honor. You've truly outdone yourself.
Oh, one more thing to boast about to my grandchildren.
Well, this was not an unexpected turn of events.
Now then, it seems the prosecution has called a new witness to testify.
The inexplicable yokai evidence left at the scene of the crime. Well, does that not demand some sort of explanation?
Oh, the feathers in the tracks. Weren't those left by the mayor while he was possessed?
That was but an act to protect his daughter.
Oh, yes, of course. I suspected as much.
Wait, did he actually believe the mayor's award-winning performance? His daughter was the one who planted the yokai evidence. Ergo, the true identity of the yokai in the manor was the manor's maid, Jinxie Tenma.
Objection!
Yeah, I object. The prosecution is engaging in mere conjecture. Would you care for some witness testimony then? I mean, yeah, that's kind of my job. For I am ready to prove the little scamp is the one behind the Tenmataro farce. A witness testimony? I'll bet he means Filch and that creep LaBelle.
Very well then. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness?
Alright, Filch, I got 15 minutes to deal with your ass. Let's see if we can clear one witness and get to the second one.
Mr. Filch, you made quite the hasty exit yesterday. See that it doesn't happen again today.
Been known for my hasty retreat since I was a kid. Bit of a trademark of mine.
Indeed, you managed to give a total of 5 bailiffs this sleep.
I don't like those amateurs. Could have nabbed me. Yipes!
Perhaps we should shackle you by the neck. That would keep you in place.
Oh, gee, no, please. I'm liable to rip my own head off and go running.
Your statements now.
Yes, sir. I'm Mr. Blackhead, sir. He may be a hasty retreat, but there's no escaping Prosecutor Blackwell.
Yeah. You know, Blackwell doesn't strike me as the give-up-easy type.
Now then, Mr. Filch, your testimony, please. Specifically, the true nature of the yokai you saw in the manor, shortly after the crime.
Alright, witness testimony, get ready to rip him apart. The yokai is Jinxie.
Tamataro's really that little old maid gal. Ain't no doubt about it. I mean, the Tamataro I saw was just a little thing, about his size. But the little runt had a big old staff. I seen him when she came into the foyer. Betcha she stole it from the Forbidden Chamber after stumbling on the crime scene. She was gonna use it to wallop me on account of my fierce reputation. I just know it.
How did he know that it was in the Forbidden Chamber?
So, Tenmataro was short and statued. And that's because it was Miss Jinxie Tenma all along.
You betcha. Besides, all the rest of the manor were way taller than her.
Feigning height is but an easy thing. But a big ox like the defendant could never pass for short. Well, what if the Tenmataro impersonator was walking on their knees?
Weren't no knee walking. I seen it myself.
Then perhaps the yokai really was Miss Tenma after all.
All monsters are not but tricks, either of the mind or the cheap parlor variety.
So you're saying she created an illusion, like one of those magical eye things?
Precisely. Human senses are easily deceived. Take the fellow in the cell next to me. Each night he cries and screams about some ghost he thinks he sees. But in truth, it was simply the janitor. It's a really great monologue, Blackwell, but you're really wasting my 15 minutes here, so do you mind shutting the fuck up?
Oh, Blackwell just gave up a ghost, literally.
The janitor's deathly complexion and all-white attire, no doubt partially to blame. That and the fact that he constantly mutters about taking vengeance for this or for that. That sounds so stupid. Can we move on?
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alright, let's see if we can find the sussy statement. Sussy. Alright. It's the maid girl. Tenmataro I saw was just a little thing about her size. Press that. I take it you got a good look at how tall the Tenmataro impersonator was?
You betcha. I got a habit of sizing people up.
Right. Josh Scott, fun fact, the Devil Made Me Do It case is the first known court case in the United States in which the defense sought to prove innocence based upon the defendant's claim of demonic possession. Oh, wow. I'm hoping that it was not successful.
I can even give you a primer on how to pull it off, all under the table. I got a knack for figuring out where people's pockets are and how much money they have. I size them real good before I relieve them of the stuff.
Right. CKD, I heard a theory that the janitor was Shelly to Killer and the prisoner was Matt Onguard. Oh my god. That's a fun little game theory. He just admitted to being a pickpocket right here, in court.
Does the witness hold that this Tenmataro entered the foyer?
Darn right I do.
Okay, great. Little Runt had a big old staff. Okay. Well, you're not gonna brush it all off by claiming the perp was short.
You must have hit a raw nerve, because you're not that tall yourself.
Look who's talking, mister. I've got to stand on a box just to testify. Anyway, Mr. Filch, correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't you say the Tenmataro you saw had a staff?
Cross my heart, hope to die. I know it because it went jingle and jangle.
And where do you suppose that staff came from?
The staff, you say? Well,
Right, he says it came from the foyer. Or the Forbidden Chamber. I suppose you mean to say that Jinxie Tenma entered the Forbidden Chamber to get one.
Well, I ain't never seen a staff like that before in the manor. So it had to be the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh, really? That stench of LaBelle is thick in the air today.
Jinxie entered the Forbidden Chamber after the incident. Then she took the staff and tried to cover up her actions, pretending to be Tenmataro. I guess that's what Filch is trying to say.
But could Jinxie have entered the Forbidden Chamber even if she wanted to?
There is one thing I was wondering about. Why did that yokai have a staff in the first place?
Well, I've got my good hunches about that.
Right. She was gonna use it to wallop me on account of my fierce reputation. Yeah, okay. So, the key might be our thing, actually. The key that the mayor took from the killer and swallowed, there's only one of its kind. She couldn't have gotten into the Forbidden Chamber.
Objection!
Fuck yeah. Going hard today, boys. We got 10 minutes, Filch, to clean up your ass. It would seem that Tenmataro was in fact not this innocent little girl.
How you figure that?
You claimed the Tenmataro you saw had one of those staves from the Forbidden Chamber. But it would have been impossible for Miss Tenma to get a hold of one.
Care to elaborate, Mr. Justice?
The mayor swallowed this key shortly after the murder. He wanted to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber. So this key was inaccessible until it had moved through Mayor Tenma's bowels. What's this? This key was deep inside of the mayor's rectum when Miss Tenma discovered the crime scene. You see, it would have been impossible for her to get to the Forbidden Chamber unless she was able to go elbows deep inside of her father. In short, the Tenmataro seen holding that staff could not have been Jinxie Tenma. Ugh.
What?
Yeah, how do you feel now, Phineas Filch? My man whose legs probably dangle when he sits on a toilet seat?
But then who's the defense? Then who does the defense believe was impersonating Tenmataro?
Our Tenmataro impersonator is none other than Mayor Tenma's Such accusations beg evidence. Aside from his ghastly appearance, can you prove he is the yokai we seek? Yes! In fact, I can.
Very well. Let's see where the defense is going with this. Mr. Justice, please show us proof as to the true identity of the Tenmataro impersonator.
Well, my boy left his hand cream inside of the Forbidden Chamber. We found this hand cream in the Forbidden Chamber. And we know that whoever was Tenmataro took one of the staves out of there. In short, I believe whoever this hand cream belongs to is the yokai impersonator we're looking for.
But, Mr. Justice, how do you propose to identify the hand cream's owner?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. The defense requests a fingerprint analysis of this piece of evidence. It might tell us who it belongs to.
Oh, interesting. So you expect to find the yokai's prints there? Very well. I hereby call a short recess while we wait for the fingerprint results.
No need for that, your boldness. We have the prints of everyone at the manor that day.
You called, Prosecutor Blackwell!
Fulbright? Could anyone be more whipped? Fulbright, analyze this for prints. You have 3 minutes.
Your wish is my command!
Very well then, I guess we'll just wait right here.
Alright, listen Fulbright, don't let me down, my guy. It would seem the fingerprint analysis is complete.
Huh, what do the results show?
What's in the world? They're Florence LaBelle's prints, aren't they? This is absurd. Prosecutor Blackwell?
Oh, don't tell me. They're Tenmataro's prints.
Fingerprint analysis has revealed that the prints belong to Phineas Filch. Oh! Plot twist, my boys! Phineas fucking Filch. Why the fuck are your grubby little paws all over Florence LaBelle's hand cream? Oh. Wait. What?
What? Then, Mr. LaBelle wasn't the only one who went to the Forbidden Chamber?
Objection!
Why, you tricksy little tanuki, explain yourself now.
Sure. Yeah, them prints are mine. I mean, I did pilfer that hand cream from Mr. LaBelle after all.
So, you're the one who went to the Forbidden Chamber.
So what if I did? Got a problem with that? Yikes!
You fool of a tanuki.
Order! Order! Mr. Justice, care to explain what this could mean?
Excellent question, Your Honor. The fact that Mr. Filch was in the Forbidden Chamber... Wait a second. Does this mean the Tenmataro holding that staff was... Phineas Filch? Yipes! Oh, another cat out of the bag.
Mr. Filch is Tenmataro?
Oh, boys! I don't understand. Does this mean Mr. Filch is the killer?
The witness will explain himself this instant.
Begging your pardon, your honorship, but I was just doing what the alderman told me. He wanted me to be Tenmataro in the village exorcism ritual.
Oh. You mean the event at the Ninetales Veil the Ninetales Veil Festival? So, that was you inside the Tenmataro costume?
Yep, and after the event I went to watch that pro wrestling program. But it bored me to tears on account of the wrestlers being complete jabbers.
So he didn't actually watch the entire wrestling match.
That's when I looked at the Tenmataro costume. And got a great idea. Nobody can tell it's me while I'm wearing it. And because of them superstitions, no matter what I do, the villagers, they won't say a word.
In other words, you use the superstitions to effectively render yourself invisible.
Why did you want to enter the Forbidden Chamber in the first place?
Because of the treasure there! Thought it was my big chance to sneak in and nab it.
Treasure? Oh, jeez. Yep, I remember this conversation. He went in there not knowing his grandfather had already pilfered it. Fingered it. Guess that's one tale that didn't get passed down from grandpappy to grandson. Wait. How exactly did you get into the Forbidden Chamber? There was a meeting in the Fox Chamber that day. Plus, the mayor swallowed the only key that could open the Forbidden Chamber's door. You couldn't have gotten in!
I could through the air vent in the foyer. The vent's left to the alderman's picture. I went in and made a nice little hole.
Well, what kind of security is that?
Used that to get into the air duct that leads into the Forbidden Chamber, I did.
You what?
But how's that even possible? Wait a sec. Remember that air vent in the Forbidden Chamber? So Mr. Filch found a way into that air duct. And that's how he got from the foyer vents to the Forbidden Chamber vent?
So, Tenmataro is nothing more than a cat burglar. Or rather, a tanuki burglar. And we're back to being without anyone to charge for the alderman's murder.
Looks like our so-called yokai is nothing more than one big troublemaker. Tell me, Mr. Filch. What did you do after fleeing to the foyer?
I got out of that costume right quick. Would have just caused trouble at that point.
And where's the costume now?
Heck if I know. And it ain't my fault if you never find it.
The police searched every nook and cranny. No yokai costume was left in the manor. What if it was tossed outside the manor? Ah! Yep. Oh, no way. But maybe. Just maybe.
The defense seems to have hit upon an idea. Well, go on, Mr. Justice.
Okay, here's what I think. Mr. Filch, did you get rid of the costume here? Threw it out the window. Threw it straight out the window. Did you toss it out the window? Because that would certainly explain why it didn't turn up inside the manor.
You think I tossed it out the window? That costume cost me a pretty penny, pal. Why would I go do something like that?
I mean, I can think of more than a few reasons.
Any bright ideas, Apollo?
Well, assuming the costume really was tossed out from the window, then the next question would be, what happened to it after that? And if I'm right, I might have just the thing to prove what happened to the costume. Phineas Filch, I have just the evidence for you.
You do?
This evidence proves you got rid of their costume through the window. Special edition paper.
Take that!
It flew through the air.
Ah, that's Tenmataro flying through the sky.
And just how does that prove Mr. Filch threw his costume out the window?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. And that's not Tenmataro in the photo. It's the costume that Mr. Filch threw out the window.
Oh, that's crazy talk. You ain't serious, are ya?
Oh, I'm serious. There's a steep cliff right outside the foyer window, meaning that the manor is pretty high in the sky. The costume flew through the air like a paper airplane, and after it was tossed out, that's when the photo was taken. In other words, the photo of Tenmataro really was a flight of fancy.
What?
Yikes.
I think I've done pretty good work today in court so far.
Oh my. So there really never was a yokai.
That is all I want everybody in this world to see.
Oh, I can't keep all them cats bagged. Can I still file a claim for the lost costume?
Well, this more than proves the defense's position. Jinxie Tenma had nothing to do with staging the yokai sighting.
Care to raise any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell?
None whatsoever. I'll deal with that Trixie Tanuki after I've dealt with this case. We did it!
Good going. Now all we have to do is make Florent LaBelle take the stand.
Objection!
Uh-oh. Sheathing the sword a bit early, are we not? Huh? Nothing has been proven beyond a doubt. Take this tricksy little Tanuki, for instance. How do you suppose he was able to exit the Forbidden Chamber? Well, probably the same way he got in, through the chamber's air vent. And what of the feathers and the tracks to the scene of the crime? They would suggest that Tanuki exited through the chamber door, not the air vent.
Objection!
But the Forbidden Chamber doesn't open from the inside. So what you're saying makes no sense. Right? Someone on the outside opened the door for you. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Blackjack. The door suddenly sprung right open.
This dude's hellbent on calling him the wrong name every single time. Sprung right open? Well, who was on the other side?
Didn't get a good look on account of the sudden glare.
Like how reflection from my head blinds fellow moviegoers emerging from the dark.
Wow.
That's when I snatched a staff and made a daring escape. Then that little maid gal spotted me as I hightailed it down the hall. That means the Forbidden Chamber wasn't open until after the crime was discovered.
But wait. We still don't know who opened it. Maybe there really was a third person in the Fox chamber.
Objection!
Which is what we want, isn't it? We want to put Florent LaBelle there. Well, you little Tanuki. When the Forbidden Chamber opened, did you see the accused passed out there?
Nope. Only one there was the alderman, and he was dead as a doornail.
Wait, what? If the accused wasn't there, what do you suppose he was up to? Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
Don't tell me.
Plainly, the only one who could have opened the Forbidden Chamber was the accused Damien Tenma. Ah! Well, this is taking a turn for the worse.
Hold it!
Yeah, Athena, what you gotta say?
Wait a second. There had to be somebody else besides Mayor Tenma there.
Really? And who might that have been?
Oh, well that would be...
Uh-oh. It seems our feisty little lass has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence.
I didn't forget. I was just testing your attention to details.
Miss Sykes! You can't prove a point without proof of some sort. It's a proven fact.
Sorry. I guess I put my foot in my mouth again.
No, Athena. We're on to something here.
We are?
Think about it. If Filch was stuck inside the Forbidden Chamber, one of the alibis we heard no longer holds any water. Ah! The defense would like to call a new witness to the stand. Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber, and by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up. Oh, nuts, that's insufferable.
Very well, the court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Whose alibi no longer adds up?
It's time, my boy. I would like to call Bobby Fulbright to the stand for the murder of Alderman Cube. No, it's Florent LaBelle.
Why, that's the defendant's aide, Florence LaBelle. Didn't he claim to be at in the foyer at the time of the crime?
Exactly. True, but in his alibi, he also claimed that Mr. Filch was in the foyer with him. However, as we all know now, Mr. Filch was not there with Mr. Bell at the time. In short, Mr. LaBelle's alibi has disappeared. Ugh. Florence LaBelle's alibi was one big lie. Isn't that right, Mr. Filch?
I reckon there ain't no keeping the cat in the bag here. Neither. It was all Mr. LaBelle's idea. He told me he'd button his lip about me breaking into the Forbidden Chamber. And in return, he said he'd vouch for each other's alibis.
Shame on you, Mr. Filth. Perjury is a serious crime, you know.
Oh, shucks. Mercy, your honorship, mercy.
I wouldn't worry about it, Filch. Literally every single witness I've ever had has committed perjury in the courtroom and nothing's ever happened to them. I also assert that the person who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch was none other than Florence LaBelle. After all, his alibi has just been proven to be a complete fabrication.
I see. We will take a 20-minute recess, after which we will see what Mr. LaBelle has to say for himself.
Perfect. We're finally gonna drag that slippery snake onto the stand.
In the meantime, the prosecution will question Mr. LaBelle about these new allegations.
Perfect! Wow, this was kind of a short court section. Are we gonna get a to be continued, maybe? April 19th, 10:25 a.m., District Court, defendant to lobby number 3.
We did it, Apollo! We finally dragged Mr. LaBelle into court.
Yeah.
Hey, why the long face?
I can't help but feel like I'm missing something important. Plus, Prosecutor Blackwell's bound to mount a counterattack.
You really are a worrywart, aren't you? It'll be fine. That mystery figure who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch had to have been Florent LaBelle.
I know, but that's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it, though.
At any rate, the big showdown with Mr. LaBelle is up next, so chin up, Apollo.
Okie doke. No, I guess maybe we just go right back into it then? Yeah, we do. That's finicky. Alright, so this does seem like a really good stopping point. Even though the game's not going to give me a to be continued, we're going to save right here. And that's where I'm going to call it for the day. So, who Nelly. Alright, thank you guys for hanging out with me so much. If you could leave a like on the stream, your engagement is super helpful. We will finish up the... Oh my god. I think we might finish this case tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Hallelujah, boys! We're gonna be free! Happy hump day. Thank you guys so much for watching me. I will go hang out with a little pupper for today. And I will see you guys tomorrow, alright? Toodles, boys!